This is the AHSAA Weekly, your inside look at everything happening with the Alabama High School Athletic Association, presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. I'm John Holder. Coming up on this week's program, a look back at last week's AHSAA Super 7 State Football Championships at Protective Stadium in Birmingham. We'll have highlights, and we'll also have post-game reaction from all 7 championship games, plus the Girls Flag Football Championship. All of that and more on this week's very special AHSAA Weekly, presented by America's First Federal Credit Union.
Every bank has their own app, but it's just that, theirs. At AmFirst, our app was made for you, so you can personalize your dashboard, pay your bills, and redeem points for rewards you'll love. Get the app made for you at AmFirst.
We begin our highlights and post-game press conferences with the first ever Girls Flag Football State Championship game between Hewitt-Trussville and Smith Station.
In overtime, it would be Deandra Powell finding Hannah Dorsett for the game-winning score as the Huskies of Hewitt-Trussville defeat Smith Station 14-13 to win the first ever Girls Flag Football State Championship. Hello, everybody. I'm James Barrett along with Gerhard Mathlangani. And Gerhard, this was a game in which both teams' defenses played well when it counted.
100%. We knew going into this that both teams did have good defenses, and the offenses really came to play early on in this game, but once the game settled down into the defense, you saw both defenses play well. You saw Hewitt-Trussville, though, make the plays at the end to help seal this thing. And
the way this game started, it was Smith Station who started off first making big plays with their quarterback, Bryn Repecki, finding a receiver in the end zone for the score, and then Deandra Powell would show that she has the feet in order to run in for the first score, and the point after attempt would be key as Audrey Benson would come in to score 7-6, and then it would be the defense for the Huskies that would step up big when they needed it the most. But in the end, Emily McGuire would get the touchdown to make it to go into overtime. And in the overtime, it would be Hannah Dorsett, which would get the celebration beginning in Trussville as they win. Let's go to Christina Chambers with the winning coach.
Close. I'm not even sure what just happened. That's insane. It was insane.
How does it feel to make history here tonight?
Oh my gosh. It feels great, but it feels it feels so great for those girls. We had no idea what this weekend or this whole year entailed, and for to end in this is incredible.
As a coach, you've won a couple of softball championships. What does it mean to add a flag football championship home, taking this home for your school?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing, and we have multi-sport athletes out there that, gosh, it's just I can't even put it to words. I'm kind of speechless. Can't even put it to words. So
go hold up that trophy.
Yeah, go Husky.
And the future is bright for flag football in the state of Alabama as Hewitt-Trussville walks away with the first ever flag football state championship. Also, congratulations to Smith Station, but it's the Huskies who come away with the win.
This is when Coach and I sat at a table back in April and we were asked to do it, we both kind of first argued about who's going to be the head coach, so it became
Not argued by neither one of us wanted to do it. We were trying to give it to the other one.
Yes. But so it was so different because all summer long we researched what it looks like. So when school started, we did our first tryouts, and we didn't know what it's supposed to look like. The girls didn't know either. So we just learned together, and let me tell you, this is the best experience I ever had. I love basketball, but this is the best experience just sharing it with Coach Taylor and those kids out there that battle. That was awesome for us in our program, and not just for us, but for girls flag football.
Good questions for players or coach?
A question for each of the players. Just what was the moment like when you guys knew the game was over, you had won, and have you kind of thought about the fact that y'all are the first state champions in flag football in Alabama?
It was amazing. It's an amazing feeling to be with not just my team, but my family from different sports. It was great.
It was amazing too. My first ever championship, and it's a great feeling.
They're not girls of many words.
Yes.
Was this the first overtime y'all been in?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Looking for a perfect checking account? Don't waste your time. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and a convenient app. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
Coming up next, the Class 7A Championship highlights and press conferences. This is the Class 7A Championship game between Thompson and Central of Phoenix City.
Protective Stadium in Birmingham, side of the AHSAA Super 7 Championship, and tonight, side of the 7A State Championship game. Thompson winning another state title. Gerhard Mathangani, I'm Mickey Shadricks. Gerhard, this was an impressive game from the Thompson Warriors. They had some adversity in that first half with the injury to starting quarterback Connor Harrell, but they more than made up for it and displayed their championship grit in this game tonight.
That's exactly what championship teams do. They find ways to win even when some of your top guys go down. Zach Sims came in. You're seeing two great touchdown passes. Deuce Oliver on the first one, Justin Pegues on the second one. They got the ball rolling up 14-0 early. Then Trevor Hardy, a 37-yard field goal, 17-0. And then Harrell comes back into the football game, finds Ryan Pepins, and just like that, 24-0 going into halftime. Some life for the Red Devils, though, late. Caleb Nix hits Carmelo English in the 9-yard touchdown. They're on the board, 24-8. But a couple of big interceptions by the Thompson defense. Harvey, who had a great day in special teams, also with the interception there, they were able to cap it off with that Connor Harrell 3-yard touchdown run. And I think this is the one that really put the game on ice when Harrell hits Ryan Pepins for 73 yards, 8 targets, 7 catches, 203 yards, and 2 touchdowns on her way to the MVP.
And Christina Chambers catching up with Thompson coach Mark Freeman.
That's right. Coach, you're a little wet. You got the ice bath. How you feeling?
I feel great. We'll take a bunch of them. Just so proud of our players, our coaches, our community, and it's all the things that you put into this. And tonight was a culmination of a lot of people and a lot of effort.
You guys, 3 championships in a row. Can you put into words what it means to you in this program?
I give all the glory to God because He runs this program. We just try to be good servants of what He wants us to do, and for us to take any credit in this deal would be wrong. So much we've gone through this year that God's got us through, and I'm just so proud of our players, our coaches, and like I said, the job they did tonight.
All right, Coach, go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
And the undisputed champion of the heavyweight division in high school football in the state of Alabama, the Thompson Warriors, 3-time state champions with their win tonight over Central Phoenix City.
I thank God for being with this program and the things He's done in the last 4 years of this program. I thank these guys up here for their efforts and everybody around us for the efforts they gave us all year.
Questions for coach or players?
Coach, congrats. Can you talk about Connor coming back and then also Ryan and what he's meant to the team and he's just what he means?
Yeah, you didn't want to see it early, and Connor's out there laying on the field. And, and I go back to this, and people, I'm not beating a dead horse, but I told the guys all week that God prepared us for a battle. I didn't know what it would be, but we look back and we didn't understand why Connor got hurt in the first Hoover game. But Zach came in and played a whole half and a game and a half after that. And that experience tonight, he came in here and got us a 14-point lead. And, it's just something to our guys that we knew that this was an odd year. But I think looking back, that was part of the situation. He got that experience. He came in. We were able to get a 14-0 lead. Connor, they worked on Connor a little bit inside, and he felt like after getting warmed up, he could play a little bit. So obviously we took our guy back. And, as far as Ryan and these players up here, I don't have the words. I've told everybody that Ryan Pepins is the best, in my opinion, the best receiver in the state, the most valuable guy that can do everything on the field you want him to do. And, when I grew up, you didn't look at a guy's height and his weight so much. You looked at his heart, what he brought to the team, what kind of teammate he was. And he's got all that stuff, and God's got a great plan for him wherever he ends up next year, and the rest of these guys the same way. I'm so blessed to coach these guys.
Every bank has their own app, but it's just that, theirs. At AmFirst, our app was made for you, so you can personalize your dashboard, pay your bills, and redeem points for rewards you'll love. Get the app made for you at AmFirst.
Thursday morning brought the Class 3A state championship game. The Piedmont Bulldogs with the largest comeback in state history, beating Montgomery Academy. In the Class 3A championship game, in the first half, as we mentioned, it was all Montgomery Academy. The quarterback, Jamal Cooper, taking off on a 62-yard touchdown run. That gave MA an early 7-0 lead. Then after a block punt, it was Will Harden, a 28-yard touchdown pass from Cooper. That made it 14-0. And it grew from there. An interception by Chance Wilson returned 67 yards for a touchdown in the second quarter, and it was 21-0. Jack Hayes, the eventual MVP of the game, with a touchdown for Piedmont. But again, Montgomery Academy answering with a touchdown run from Jashawn Cooper in the second half. Hayes with another rushing touchdown, this one from a yard out to cut it to 29-13. Then a 31-yard touchdown pass to Omarion Foster. That made it 29-21. Then a 28-yard touchdown pass from Hayes to Austin Estes. That cut it down to 29-27. And then, if you see right here, there's the 25-yard pass to Estes as he took it into the end zone to cut down that lead. And it was Piedmont rolling in the second half. As we saw right here, this was a big play in the game, a fumble. Montgomery Academy trying to win at the end of the game, but the fumble being recovered by Trent Young, and Piedmont goes on and wins the state championship.
Coach, you guys overcome a 23-point deficit in the second half to win this state championship. How'd you do it?
By special players, people did not give up, kept believing in each other. Coaching staff did a great job making some adjustments at halftime, defensively especially, was able to shut them down. And I'm just so proud of our kids. That just shows the character and the heart of the kids at Piedmont. They never think they're out of it. They never think that they're beat. Those guys just came out and played one heck of a second half. And, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't give props to Coach Johnson, Montgomery Academy. What a job they did this year. He's got an outstanding team. It's a shame somebody had to lose this game, but we certainly don't apologize for winning it.
Coach, you seem emotional. Walk me through how you're feeling.
I'm just happy.
All right, go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, Christina, and congratulations to Piedmont High.
Montgomery Academy, wonderful game plan that they had coming out. You know, they hit us a little bit, the offense, defense, special teams. We talked about all week what a great job they do to prepare and how prepared they would be for this game, and they were. And, you know, we got behind big. And halftime, you know, we just didn't really peel the paint off the walls or anything. We just told our guys that if something didn't change, we weren't going to be happy, and we was going to have to play 2 more quarters, whether it was good or bad. And we've been behind before. We got an older team, experienced team, guys that do a good job of holding it together when things don't necessarily go great. And I don't know if I've ever been a part of anything like that, but what an outstanding job our guys did in the second half of coming back and coming all the way back. You know, as you say, sometimes people get close on that and they can't quite climb the hill and top it, but, you know, to get back and to get the job done was just an outstanding job.
Coach, also introduce you. This is a team captain.
Yes, sir. Our team captain, starting down on my far right, is Stephen Rainey, offensive lineman. Jack Hayes, our quarterback. Landon Smart, linebacker, and Austin Estes, wide receiver. These guys have done a great job, you know, from 4 years really, but of helping carry this team, and they're our permanent team captains. We don't give them any awards at our place. We just let our players vote on the team captains, people they feel are most worthy of that distinction. These are guys that were voted on this year. And
looking for a perfect checking account? Don't waste your time. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and a convenient app. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
We roll on to Thursday afternoon. Now the Class 1A state championship game. Sweetwater wins their 11th state championship in school history with a 40-16 victory over the Wadley Bulldogs.
What an exciting second day of football. The Super 7 inside of Protective Stadium in the Uptown District of Birmingham. The 1A state title game. Landrum Roberts along with the coach Rick Rhodes. Sweetwater, a Bulldogs team, winning championships, blue maps. That's all synonymous with this Sweetwater program. But for Wadley, their first state championship appearance, but it didn't look that way early. A seesaw affair, Coach.
Well, they came out smoking. I think this is the first play of the game from scrimmage, and it's going to put Wadley on top. And
I really think one of the key plays in the game was the injury to this young man, Jamal Buchanan. That was it for him for the game, and really the game seemed to turn after that. Of course, Sweetwater is going to use their passing game to great advantage early, and then they're going to pound with 2 big running backs and never really look back.
Yeah, the 44-yard hookup that time to Schroeder. That's really all he needed. But it was Jake Marable with a big kickoff return right before the horn at halftime, keeping that Wadley Bulldog team in the football game, but Sweetwater flexing the muscle in the second half.
Yeah, and of course, this was the play in the second half, just that belly play out of the wing T formation. Just Wadley never could stop it, just too much firepower. And, of course, Sweetwater's going to have 2 backs that are going to go well over 100 yards, and they just do a great job.
Second state championship for head coach Pat Thompson. Christina Chambers had a chance to catch up with the winning.
Coach, what was your message to your team at halftime? They came out and really dominated the second half.
Just a block. We got let some guys go early on, and if we just stay on our blocks, we felt like we could maintain the ball and grind it like we want to, and that's what we did in the second half.
Coach, what is it about Sweetwater that continues this winning tradition?
That's just hard kids. These kids they're great. They work hard every day, and I can't say enough about them. They get them from good people, and they love it.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Well, an already jam-packed trophy case at Sweetwater High School. You're going to have to make room. Another blue map headed to Marengo County. Sweetwater, your 1A state champions for 2021.
Every bank has their own app, but it's just that, theirs. At AmFirst, our app was made for you, so you can personalize your dashboard, pay your bills, and redeem points for rewards you'll love. Get the app made for you at AmFirst.
Thursday night, Pike Road wins the Class 5A state championship, the first state championship in school history, with a big win over the Pleasant Grove Spartans.
What an exciting Thursday of high school football in the state of Alabama. The state championship setting inside a Protective Stadium in Birmingham, Alabama. Pike Road, the Patriots taking on a very good Pleasant Grove Spartans team, Landrum Roberts, along with the coach Rick Rhodes. Coach, it was a heavyweight title bout that we knew we were going to see, but it was Pike Road landing the haymakers early in this one.
There's a saying that I used to tell my players that when you see an obstacle in front of you and a challenge to run right at it, well, that's exactly what Pike Road did tonight. I mean, they went right after Pleasant Grove from the very beginning, and just too much for Pleasant Grove. And that really tells the story right there. That young man had a tremendous night. Great job of running the football all night long. Pleasant Grove tried to answer, but just really too much red and blue.
Yeah, and it was the Spartans showing the fight coming out in the second half. DeMarcus Lacey adding another touchdown, but the ensuing kickoff, the freshman Anthony Rogers returning it, taking it to the house. Just too much. Pike Road on both sides of the ball. Quinshawn Judkins, your game MVP. Huge night for the Ole Miss commit, and showing you why the Patriots with the exclamation point and more with the victorious head coach Patrick Browning, our own Christina Chambers.
Coach, from the ground up, you built this thing. How does it feel to win the school's first ever state championship?
Unbelievable. These coaches, these players, they worked extremely hard. Our community's come behind us. They've been with us every step of the way. We got a fantastic town, school board, town council, mayor, superintendent. We've got the total package at Pike Road. So, this is a collective effort. But, first and foremost, I want to thank God. Without him, he leads this team, and none of this would be possible.
Complete dominance by your team. Walk me through what you saw out there coaching this bunch.
They practiced great all year. They've gotten better each week, and this week wasn't any different. They went out with a purpose. They believed in what we're doing, and they're state champions.
Congratulations.
Well, the blue map for Class 5A, at least for 2021, it's heading south, and it belongs to the Pike Road Patriots. Victorious tonight, and a huge win over Pleasant Grove.
Looking for a perfect checking account? Don't waste your time. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and a convenient app. Now you could try and find that at a bank, Or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
Friday's Super 7 state championship play began with a Class 4A championship game as the Viger Wolves beat the Aniana Redskins 52-14.
The Viger Wolves bring home the 2021 4A state championship by ground and through the air, 52-14. James Redd along with Gerhard Matlangani. And when we started this game, we knew it was contrasting styles. We knew that Viger had some talent, but not the way that we saw it displayed today.
Exactly. I think a lot of people would have been surprised to see both these teams here at the very beginning of the season, but once they were here, they started off really strong.
And it was Braden Moore finding Will Robertson, and he would stretch it into the end zone for the first touchdown for Aniana. And then it would be Ja'Cory Barnes with a 17-yard touchdown. The kick would fail, and they would trail 7-6, but they wouldn't trail for long as Coleman would score 8 yards out. Jermaine Coleman with the touchdown, and that kick would fail, but then it would be a pass to Jexton Johnson, and he would go 50 yards from the quick pass from Braden Moore to make it 14-12 in favor of Aniana. Then after that, it would be a complete takeover. Jermaine Coleman with a 5-yard touchdown run, and in the second half, it would be all Viger. Anthony Mix finds Caleb Coleman for a touchdown strike there, and then Anthony Mix again. Abraham Daniels, 51 yards, and they would just go on a route 52-14 by ground and by air. Even the defense gets there. Let's go to Christina with the coach.
You pride yourself on being a second-half team. What did you see out of your players here today?
They just play hard. We just play hard. Coach, I think it was a travesty that we play hard, so I let him live with that. But I'm proud of our guys by the way they play.
For you, first state championship as a head coach at Viger, first since 2008. What does this one mean for this team and this community?
Well, I mean, the expectation with the team was expected, so we're not surprised. I think the community is a little surprised, but their support been good for us all year, and I'm just proud to be a part of Pritchard community.
Congratulations, Coach.
Not since 2008 has Viger been able to hoist up the blue map, and now they can say they are champions of Class 4A football. Viger Wolves, your 2021 champs.
Every bank has their own app, but it's just that, theirs. At AmFirst, our app was made for you, so you can personalize your dashboard, pay your bills, and redeem points for rewards you'll love. Get the app made for you at AmFirst.
On a glorious Friday afternoon, it was the Class 2A state championship game, a high-scoring affair as Clark County won their first ever state championship with a 49-41 win over the Cleveland Panthers.
Well, the 2A state title game, a beautiful afternoon, early evening for football in Birmingham, Alabama. As we are on day 3 of the Super 7, the AHSAA, Landry Roberts along with Coach Rick Rhodes. Coach, we knew that we were going to get two teams that had never been on this stage before playing in a state title game. Obviously had never captured one of those blue maps that everyone is aiming for at the beginning of every single season. Yet when we looked at this game, we never thought we were going to get the offense, the slugfest that we got early on here.
Well, slugfest is right. Of course, this is the first play of the game. Second time we've seen this in 2 days. That young man is really going to be a presence during the game, and it is going to be lights out from here out. Two heavyweights trading punches in the center of the ring, and for a while it looked like it was going to be 100-100.
Just when you thought one team would pull away, you'd get the response by the other. Both quarterbacks managing the game. Ron Johnson, your game MVP for Clark County. Quarterback number 2 for Cleveland, he was pretty good as well.
I had an exceptional day. I mean, over 200 yards total offense by him. And, again, this is anybody's ball game. There you see that familiar number again in the end zone. And what a day he had.
More big plays as Pierce Gilliland connected with Washburn there. Then we had the second half after scoring 70 combined and being tied at 35. Huge throw that time. by Clark County, and the 89-yard pick six, Mars Johnson taking it the other way.
And that really is the difference in the game. That was the backbreaker, but Cleveland will try to answer, but nice job by the Clark County defensive adjustments.
Christina Chambers standing by with a victorious head coach Stacy Luker.
Coach, just when you wanted your defense to step up, they came up big with that pick six and then with that big play right there to end the game.
Yeah, the adjustments that were made in there was great adjustments, and offensively we just told them, let's keep doing what we're doing. But, the main message to them was keep playing hard, just keep making plays, and that's what they did. What a great half.
First one, championship at Clark County. What does it mean to you, this team, and this community that's been behind you the whole way?
That's a great community right there, and they've been behind these kids, and it was our turn. It was their turn, and God's good. God's good, and I'm at a loss for words. What a great time.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christina. Well, that says it all. Stacy Luker, 6 state championships as a head coach, but I guarantee you none more special than the one that Clark County is taking home tonight.
Great football game.
Looking for a perfect checking account? Don't waste your time. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and a convenient app. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
And the Super 7 ended on Friday night with a Class 6A all-Jefferson County matchup between Clay Chalkville and the Hueytown Golden Gophers.
Well, day 3 of the Super 7 from Birmingham Protective Stadium. Wow, what a week, and what a way to cap things off. Landrum Roberts for the coach Rick Rhodes, a 6A title game, one that has been billed as the must-see game. The rematch of Hueytown and Clay Chalkville. Clay Chalkville, the winners in the first game, but it was a much-improved team, and boy, Hueytown, they came to play tonight.
Yeah, they really did. Back and forth, and you can see just how explosive it is. And, of course, that gentleman right there, Ed Osley, is going to have really a night for the ages. 5 TDs, but Hueytown will answer. The post route to Coleman gets it back even, and the track meet is on.
Yeah, Coleman, DeMarco Coleman, not only did he do it catching the football, he did it running the football, and Earl Woods, his teammate, made a lot of that happen. But it was more Edward Osley. 5 touchdowns for number 22, your game MVP, and more of that continued in the second half. Philippe Johnson finding a wide-open receiver.
Yeah, 15 for 19 on the night for 250-plus yards. He had quite a night himself.
Jaquel Rouser, a heck of a catch to tie things up, but it was too much. Clay Chalkville standing by with a winning head coach Drew Gilmer. Christina Chambers.
Coach, you guys hang on to win this one. Walk us through those last few minutes.
Yeah, no, man, hats off to our guys, man. They played their guts out. Man, came up with some big-time plays when we needed some, and man, this could be happier for our players, our coaches, our fans. Man, it's just been a fun year, man. A bunch of great group of kids, and I love these guys to death, and man, I'm very happy for them.
What more can you say about Edward Osley? 5 touchdowns on the day.
Man, this is phenomenal football player, but even better person, man. And this could be happier for him.
First one since 2014.
Yeah.
Can you put into words what it means?
Man, no, it is. It's just, man, great for our community, great for our kids, our players, students, coaches, administration, teachers, everybody. It's an exciting time.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Well, the 3rd state championship for Clay Chalkville. Drew Gilmer, his first title he won't forget. His daughter, who he was holding there in the post-game interview, she won't forget it either.
Absolutely.
The celebration. Clay Chalkville, your 6A state champions for 2021.
That's going to wrap up this special edition of the AHSAA Weekly, presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. We'll see you back here next week.